Good morning, everybody. So today on the channel, we're gonna go through what it's like being a washed up club pro that still wants to play a little bit as my body continues to want to fail. So I'm going to PT today and see my man Blake and try to get figured out what we can do to make my hips work a little bit better as I continue to age and feel like an old man. So we'll give it a run and see what he's got to tell an old man what to do to get healthier. So had to swing by work because I forgot all of my camera recording stuff. But we're heading to TriFit Murfreesboro. Currently at a red light, waiting it out we're about halfway there. And that's where Blake, and also, if you remember going back a little ways ago to where I had Jordan over where we do our workouts, which is separate. Jordan's also at TriFit. So these two dudes are solid. If you're in Murfreesboro, check them out for sure. And green light, time to go. And we've made it. TriFit Murfreesboro, volunteer PT. That's who we're going to see. Let's go in and meet Blake. Have a field day, getting worked over. Hopefully I'm not too broken. For those of you that don't remember, I did have 2 hip surgeries about a decade ago now. When I was 24. I'm trying to remember all these years. It's terrible. And it still plagues me. So wasn't replacements, it was labral tears in both. And my right hip, I think I probably was a little too eager getting back into it, so I still have issues in my right hip from time to time. And I work out, I do golf forever, I do the stack, I do things to try to keep myself not fat and lazy, I guess is the best way to put it. But this year I want to play a little bit more, so I really need to start getting ahead of the curve because I've played one event so far, got another event next week, and plus I'm going to get fit at the Kingdom, which will be another video, so stay tuned. So I just got a lot on my plate plan-wise. So got to get things in place to be able to take care of my body. So let's go find out what Blake has for us. What's up, guys? This is Dr. Blake. Blake, say hello.
Hello, everyone.
So he's a PT star over here at TriFit. Jordan, like I told you about earlier, he's in the dojo over there training people.
The dojo.
Yep. So Blake's going to help me out. The big thing that's kind of going on is my right hip's really screwed up, and I just kind of want to get it ahead of the curve before tournament season shows up.
Good call. So
what we were just kind of saying is basically in my hip, right, I've had 2 labral repairs in both, so it's a lot of fun. When I lower and raise my leg, it'll snap and pop. And then it's always my upper back. And so whenever I'm in a chiropractor and I've done that stuff, they've always kind of said this hip kind of pulls up and around and do weird things like that. So that's kind of the focus. I was just at the Masters, walked 6 miles there, rode in a car for 5 hours and couldn't get out, right? And then I got a tournament Monday. I'm driving back to Georgia to do a fitting at the Kingdom. So I'm gonna play 18 holes, drive 6 hours, wake up and do a 3-hour club fitting. Yeah. So I'm trying to avoid the same scenario.
It'll be fine.
So we're about to get into it and figure out what's wrong with my old broken body.
Tight hips. Mm-hmm. These ones were tight, you remember that. So that usually is indicative of a tight groin, or sometimes it's the joint capsule as well, like the actual hip.
Right.
Joint has a little capsule around it, which is like tendons and
that's what I had repaired.
Oh.
Yeah, the whole labrum.
Like the labrum and stuff?
The whole labrum.
So you're familiar with the capsule then?
It's got this one had 5 anchors to tie it back down, and this one had 3.
Gross.
Yeah, fun.
But that's the hip capsule. So sometimes that can be tight. But also potentially when we have dealt with either an injury or surgery or some kind of other trauma to the body, usually, like I said, usually injury or surgery, there's typically pain involved with that, right? Mm-hmm. Duh. Mm-hmm. That's probably why you had the surgery, and then there was pain involved with the surgery. So when that happens, our muscles have a tendency to inhibit themselves. What does that mean? That means they don't ever shut off. I know some people say like, oh, my glutes don't fire. That's not true unless your spinal cord is disconnected and you walked in the door. So I'm just going to assume that yours is intact.
Yeah, I think we're still good.
Based on that. So, but your muscles will slow themselves down. So they might go from 100% to like 75%.
Right.
And I always tell people, if you've got an 8-cylinder engine in your car and 7 out of 8 cylinders are firing, but one of them is misfiring, will your engine run? It's likely that it will run, but what is the problem? It's going to be really inefficient, right? So the same thing goes for your muscles. If all the cylinders aren't firing, there will be some inefficiency. All right, you are
connected.
You are definitely jumping pretty well. That one actually kind of slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, I don't feel that one as much.
And that's the thing that happens too, like after 30 seconds to a minute, sometimes that intensity will die down a little bit. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, I feel it come back online. All right, so that was 10 minutes of probably the most uncomfortable massage you could get. But
I don't know, man.
I think it's going to be awesome afterwards once these things come out.
No pain, no gain, or something like that.
That's a fact.
Easy money, as the kids say.
What's next, Doc?
Exercise.
Okay.
Out in the gym, so.
Gym work.
Gym work.
Ugh.
Man, you need to.
I told you I was sweating.
That's from his legs. I don't know if y'all can see that. Hopefully you can. That's pretty sweaty.
So far, electric stem, things feel very different. Feel loose, I would say, is kind of the best way to describe it right now.
That's a great way to describe it.
So we're gonna go put it to the test in the gym floor and see what that holds for us. So let's go find out.
So what we have him doing here is a adductor or groin mobility drill. So if you look at his left leg, it is down. He should be feeling a stretch on that inner thigh. And then his right leg, he has a 20-pound weight, which is helping to drive him out a little bit. So what we're looking to do here is improve groin mobility so that he'll have a little more access to the range of motion available to him. It's a nice feeling stretch, really good hip opener, and should help open some of that up. So let's get it from this side as well.
Switch it up.
Yep. It's gonna do about 10 to 15 reps per side. You can see the setup here.
Now, are things supposed to be snap, crackling, and popping?
I mean, I don't know, is it? All right, so this one is a nice hip flexor quad mobility drill. So you can see he's standing up nice and tall in a lunge position, going forward, not arching too much in his back. And he should be feeling that in the front side of his hip flexor or quad.
I think this might be the farthest I've ever been able to go into a lunge.
That's because of the dry needling and because I'm a magician. Can you point to where you're feeling that stretch when you go to the bottom?
Right here.
Yeah, right in the hip flexor,
Like
right in the right
there.
spot. Look at that mobility, son.
Yeah, like for real though, I don't think I've ever gotten that deep without feeling like something was gonna pop out of place. Like definitely not on this side. Like that right there. This morning I would never been able to go that deep.
Expert level, man. I don't want to say it's all because of me, but
It is.
it definitely is. All right, so this is, we have him doing a hip flexor strengthening drill. So what he's doing is he's got that band hooked up to the bottom of the rig or the cable system there. He has the Mr. Miyagi stick because it keeps him balanced. Staggered stance, his right leg is a little bit in front of his left, and he's pulling it from behind him, trying to get to about 90 degrees to the floor with his hip. And if he can point to which muscle is working,
Like
yep,
that whole thing.
that's
And
the
actually,
thing.
my right glute is a little bit on fire. It's
Yes.
stabilizing.
So this is what we call a 2-for-1, right? Because your left leg is up, your right leg, your right hip, your right glute is having to stabilize you. So you're welcome for that. So if we can get
I'm
a
sure
quick
my right
shot
leg's
of the
gonna
other
love it when I have
side.
to reverse field now.
You can see that leg having to really work to stabilize him there, but he's crushing it because he's Matt. So here we have Matt driving down into the ground with his knee there. You can't really see that, but that's what he's doing. And then doing a lift off. So what that's helping to do is relax the front side of his muscle by creating tension in it, which then allows his glute and hamstring to work him into hip extension to strengthen the glute and hamstring back there. So that was one thing he struggled with in the exam portion. So we're gonna work on that to improve it. How's it feel down there?
Feels good, man.
Feels good.
I tell you,
you
I
said.
feel it in my back a little bit when I lift up.
What was it you said earlier? Warm and fuzzy?
Yeah, warm and fuzzy. Everything
Feels
feels warm and fuzzy.
So that's where we're at today, I guess.
All right, so just got done needle with electricity, i.e. stem. We went into the gym, did some exercises. Things are feeling good, I'll tell you that. I'm definitely liking how, like from where I was traveling a lot, everything felt tight and kind of hurt. I feel like things are right now, like you were talking about the blood flow part.
Yep.
I can actually kind of feel that, I think, a little bit. That's where that warm, fuzzy feeling kind of going around.
Fuzzies, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Definitely when you hit whatever was right there. That had to get released.
He had a come to Jesus moment with the needle there.
That needed to happen. But what do you have for us in the recap mode as we bundle this baby up and wrap up the video?
I don't know. What should I have for him? Tell him who I am, where I'm from, where to find me?
So we'll do this, right? So make sure you come check out Blake, volunteer PT here at TriFit in Murfreesboro. If you haven't looked it up already, I'm going to link all of his information down below. So make sure you go take a look at that and hit him up to get your body feeling right and tight. Blake.
Right and tight. I like it. Thanks
well,
for coming
probably
in.
not tight. I guess
right and less tight.
Right and left, less tight, whatever. We're done. I feel better. Let's go.